Hello everyone, this is Dan from Tradunity. I want to explain to you in this video how to read and interpret trading ideas, how to learn from them, and maybe place a trade if you want to. But first, our disclaimer. Tradunity does not provide investment or financial advice. We are an education service. If you decide to make a trade, purchase or sell based on what you learned here, you alone are responsible for your decisions involving your capital. Remember that trading involves risk, including the possible loss of your capital. You must consider all relevant factors before entering trades. Alright, let's get to it. So I'm here in our trading ideas group. You get here by pressing the trades or the ideas menu button in the menu. I am going to show you how to interpret ideas and perhaps place a trade by looking at an idea that I find interesting. It's USD versus Canadian dollar. It's an idea from our trader Kate. I'll find it. Here it is. Look at it. So first of all, when you get an idea, you have to read it. You have to see the author's perspective and think if you are agreeing to it. In this idea, Kate says here that she saw this small bearish structure appearing on the top of near the previous top. So if you want to make a parallel with chart patterns, she's making an assumption that this might be a double top, which in this case, also based on her strategies, which involve the price action, she expects the price to drop in a reversal from this uptrend. Okay, so she gives you the area where you can place a short and possible stop loss level, which is quite tight, and then to target. What you should notice about this idea is that the risk reward ratio is incredible for the reward part. So you get like 37 times to up to 60 times more reward than what you risk. So you have to consider that normally when somebody places such an idea, the likelihood that it will go wrong is quite high. But at the same time, if you win one of these ideas, you are going to recover any losses you have previously made. So as extra info, she says we're counting on that price has hit the top supply. So she said, okay, we're gonna take this small risk and we're gonna try to get a huge reward down. Now let's see how this idea played out and why I think you should also put your own interpretation into it. First of all, sorry, let's see one more time the image. You have to see what time frame she used. She used 480 minutes, which is 8 hours. Let's go to trading view where we can recreate the idea, and I suggest you do this every time you place a trade so that you learn what the author was doing and try to do your own research. This is going to help you a lot. And over here, see the full feature chart. Here is the chart. Let's zoom out and remember she placed it on 8 hours. Right here when we change, we don't have 8 hours, so we'll just consider 4 hours charts and place the trade accordingly by counting two candles as one. So once again, she placed this idea 6 days ago at 7:19 p.m. November 5th. Let's find this. November 5th. Okay, so around when these candles were breaking. So she said, and watch this. The area around 1.315 to 1.3108 might be a good place to search for a short opportunity. Let's draw it to see it. So we were somewhere here, right? What was it? 13150 to 13108. Where is 13150? Here. And 31. I'll just place it like this and then change it later. 3108. Okay. 3108. Let me just make this more transparent. Okay, well, now we have the power perspective so we can see what happened, but also let's see where she placed her stop. She placed her stop at 13155, which is more or less here. Okay, so as you can see, the stop was placed at the level of the previous high, at the level of the closing of the previous high. Now, if you watched Dimitri's webinar on stop losses, you will see that it's good to place a buffer between the stop level and leave the market a bit of space to do what we call stop loss killer, what Oleg would call a stop loss killer. So in this case, the stop loss killer obviously happened. The stop loss closed the idea exactly a few points up from the level of our stop. By placing the stop loss above the high of the wick of the previous candle, you would have placed it somewhere here, let's say. If you would have made an entry in this area, you would still have a huge risk reward. So big that this could have been ignored. Even if the stop size increased, the risk reward would still be very beneficial to you. And she also placed her profit target at 12966. 12966. So I'm just gonna take this again. 12966 here. Okay, cool. Why did she put it here? She placed it because she was expecting this to retrace all the way down. Obviously that did not happen. This was a stop trade. But there is one more target somewhere around here, I believe. Yeah, somewhere around here. So she was aiming that the whole bullish structure would be corrected up until here. But what I wanted to say mostly is that when the stops are so tight, the idea continued into her in the way she imagined it up until here, where it got reversed from the previous low. So if this would continue in the way she thought, this trade would have been invalidated by this stop loss killer over here, and the idea could have been perfectly workable. But in this case, the price retraced again and it hit any kind of stop loss with it. But what I'm trying to say here is that when you see a high risk, high reward versus a low risk and a very tight stop, think about how you could place that stop in a smarter way to give you an advantage, if we can see the price sometimes doing. If you manage to avoid this kind of market noise, then you are going to be able to stay in trades longer. Even if this trade, if you wanted to place a shorter target, you would have gotten a pretty good deal out of it. Okay, so remember what you need to do when interpreting ideas. First of all, read the idea, then see what the author meant with it, remake it in your TradingView profile, and make sure that you understand where you place your stops, why you place them, and if you don't know how to place them, just watch the webinar about stop losses again, and you'll have a lot to learn from it, and it will definitely improve your trading. Now the next video I will do will be about calculating your risk, and until then, if you have any questions, I wait for them on the chat group, on our platform, or even in the comments below this video. Thank you for your attention. See you next time.